Dropships hit the outskirts with precision impact. Armored units deployed. Energy weapons charged. The Admiral descended last. Not because he feared danger, but because he preferred to witness endings personally. He stepped onto the soil of the settlement expecting panic. Expected resistance. Expected collapse. But what he saw instead made him stop walking. The unexpected scene. At the edge of the village grounds, humans were gathered. Not fleeing. Not hiding. Digging. A shallow trench had been carefully prepared. And inside it, fallen soldiers. Not human. His soldiers. The ones lost in the earlier skirmish during orbital entry. Their armor was intact. Weapons laid beside them. And their bodies were being treated with something Korr had not authorized. Respect. The burial. A human elder stood nearby, watching, not directing, just present. As if this was not an act of submission, but of duty. A young human lowered a fallen alien soldier into the earth gently. Not dragging. Not discarding. Placing. Another placed a piece of cloth over the armor. A symbolic gesture. Not recognized in any military doctrine. The Admiral's voice cut through the silence. What is this? The humans froze. Slowly turned. No fear in their posture. Only awareness. The elder stepped forward. These are your dead, he said calmly. A pause. We do not leave them to rot. The Admiral's confusion. Korr Veylan narrowed his eyes. You are enemies of the Dominion. The elder nodded. I understand what you think we are. A pause. But they were still people. The word people did not translate cleanly in Korr's mind. His doctrine corrected it instantly. Targets. Units. Enemy combatants. Not people. Never people. But he looked again. At the burial. At the careful hands. At the silence that resembled ceremony more than fear. And something unfamiliar stirred beneath his discipline. The soldier with no name. One of the human workers placed a helmet beside a grave. He spoke quietly. He tried to retreat. Another added. He didn't aim at civilians. The elder nodded. So we do not dishonor him. Korr stepped forward slightly. The ground crunching beneath his boots sounded louder now. You are preserving enemy combatants, he said coldly. The elder met his gaze. We are returning what the ground will take anyway. A pause. But we are not letting the sky forget them. The shift. A lieutenant leaned toward the Admiral. Sir, this is psychological irregularity. They are attempting cultural influence. Korr raised a hand. Silence. Because he was still watching. A human child placed a small stone near a grave marker. Not understanding war. Only copying adults. But doing it carefully. As if the dead mattered regardless of who they were. Korr's expression tightened. Because in every war simulation he had ever studied, this behavior did not exist. The question that breaks strategy. The elder finally spoke again. Are you here to finish what remains of us? Korr did not answer immediately, because his tactical overlay had already recalculated risk levels, and found something disturbing. There was no resistance formation, no hidden weapon cache, no ambush preparation, only burial rites. Only acknowledgement of death. He finally spoke. Why honor them? The elder tilted his head slightly. Because someone must. A pause. Or else war never ends where it should. The moment the Admiral doesn't move. For the first time since arrival, Korr did not issue an order. His soldiers waited. Weapons still active. Targets still valid. But the Admiral looked at the graves again. At names being written. Names that would never appear in his reports, because they belonged to the enemy. And yet, here they were being remembered. Not erased. Not used. Remembered. Epilogue. The order that was never given. After a long silence, Korr finally turned away. His lieutenant whispered, Shall we proceed with the purge directive? The Admiral paused, then said something no one expected. Stand down. A beat. Full stand down. Shock rippled through the unit. Sir, the settlement is unclassified hostile territory. Korr's voice was lower now. It is a burial site. A pause. And we do not fire on graves. Final image. The fleet remained overhead, but the attack never came. On the ground, humans finished their rites in silence. And the fallen soldiers, once defined only by war records and tactical maps, were lowered into soil with a respect they had never been promised in life. And somewhere between command and consequence, a ruthless admiral learned something no doctrine had prepared him for, that even in war, there are moments where the enemy stops being a target and becomes something closer to a memory that refuses to be discarded.